LinkedIn presence was big for me. Well, actually, I'd break it into two parts. LinkedIn was huge for marketing for me. And then when it comes to sales, it was cold outreach. Learning the skill of cold outreach can be kind of brutal. But once you master it, it will take you far in life beyond just design recruiting. It's helped me. We can talk about this later, but it's helped me a lot as a founder and just being very persistent about what you want and being resilient and being able to get back up. Those two skills, like marketing on LinkedIn and like going to conferences and sales and like cold emailing, following up, just being completely shameless about following up with people and sending out cold emails and not fearing rejection. Those skills I know will serve me for life. But it all started with design recruiting and wanting to get a job in design. I think it was actually, so I will say getting into IBM, that was more campus recruiting. I think a lot of people who did design or CS in undergrad will be familiar with that, right? Like recruiters will come to campus. So that actually didn't require a lot of marketing or sales on my end. They're essentially coming to you because they're sourcing early or entry level talent, right? But when it came to switching jobs for the first time, and I don't think a lot of people talk about this enough, like as an undergrad who's like a fresh grad who's going into their first job, there's a lot of opportunities and resources, right? Especially like on campus, like people know that you're looking for a job. Nobody talks about the entry point of going from your first job to your second job. That was brutal for me. And so that's where I think I learned the hardest but most valuable lesson. So going from IBM to Dropbox, I remember I had a list of 10 companies that I really wanted to get into. I put in an Airtable, and that helped keep me accountable because in the recruiting process, it's very easy to get distracted and be like, oh, but what about this company? What about this company, right? And Dropbox was at the top of my list because one, productivity tools. I love productivity tools. I'm the annoying friend who will always ask you, like, how do you organize your files? How do you manage your to-do list, right? And then also, just in general, I wanted to work in a high-performing design team. I just wanted to understand what that looked and felt like, especially at a smaller company. Obviously, Dropbox is not a startup; they're public. But IBM versus Dropbox, very big difference, right? So, anyways, I think one of the skills, to answer your question, one of the skills that really helped me was, I think it was two things. One, being on LinkedIn and posting about, I went to a lot of conferences in that time, and it wasn't an immediate payoff. It wasn't like, oh, I'll go to this conference, I'll get a job. But I would post on LinkedIn about the conferences. And that kind of kicked off the start of me posting consistently on LinkedIn. And I think, like design managers, hiring managers, recruiters, they're on LinkedIn too, right? So they're seeing that, right? So that's like the marketing aspect. And I remember I literally had people reach out to me. Like, mind you, this was me maybe anywhere from a year to 2 years of experience, right? But even then, I remember I had people reaching out to me, just like cold reach out to me either on LinkedIn or via email. Specifically, I think I had Disney, Palantir, Atlassian, and Asana reach out to me, and that's because I'm pretty sure that's because I posted on LinkedIn. And I was just active there. And so that was like a big, like, oh, like it works, right? Like literally 1 to 2 years of experience, people are reaching out to you. And then the second thing was just writing cold emails. I think most people suck at writing cold emails. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. It's very generic. You can tell that you either wrote it with AI or didn't put ton of effort into it.
Now and next.